Hello and welcome to our podcast, Connecting and Supporting Others. I am Mira Reis and I am delighted to have you here with us. Enjoy! Hello from beautiful Isle of Man. We are very lucky today. We have lovely weather. And I am lucky as well to welcome our guest today. He's a pain point coach and he's John. Welcome, John.
Thank you very much, Mira. And it does look absolutely beautiful behind you. I'm so jealous. I feel like I could fly out there right now.
Okay, you are very welcome. You can come anytime. Okay, so could you be so kind and start a little bit with your story? Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Okay, up to I think about 1987 when I was, or 88 when I was 25, I was a professional athlete, and I competed in various parts and coached in various parts of the world. My sport was kickboxing and Thai kickboxing. I was British champion, won the British Championship in 1983. Didn't get any further than that, and I just felt like I had my last fight in Miami, I think it was 1988, and I just decided that I'd had enough. You know, it was as simple as that. It was time to move on, and I went back into education. I got myself a degree, went from there, moved on to accountancy, but I ended up owning a property business, which I did for 25 years. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but I've got to say, during that period, I kept on training. I've always trained, and it's something I've always done. So I've always tried to keep fit. When I finished that, I got contacted by a company because I sold that business in 2018. Got contacted by a company in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and they asked me would I be interested in what they were doing, this program they had, which was essentially about experiential learning. And that's essentially what Pain Point Coach is about. It is about finding joy and that intrinsic value of reward in your everyday life. And it's having that revealed to you, and it's that discovery. So that's essentially about what I'm doing now.
Great. You know, I think it's very important where we enjoy what we are doing all the day around, but honestly, it's not so easy for everybody. So I think you are doing a great job supporting people in this way. Great. So maybe we can start with our first question. What is your true calling? What is your mission? I think you already said a little bit, but maybe we can go a little bit deeper.
Okay. I'm sort of reminded, I came across a great quotation by a British actress who sadly passed away now, called Joyce Grenfell. And she used to appear in all these sorts of old black and white movies. And I came across this quotation, and it really did summarize for me definitively what it is I'm doing. And she said, in one of her quotes, that there is no such thing as the pursuit of happiness, but there is the discovery of joy. And I think that's so true for us all in life. We can happiness is something that happens to us. Perhaps there's a moment in our life, we're going to a christening, we're getting married, we're celebrating something with some people that we know, and we're happy for that event. But finding joy is something that we can find in our everyday existence. So what I'm doing now is, how does that happen? How do I unpack that? And how do I help people discover joy in what they're doing? And that's essentially what my life has been about, really. Because one of the things I've realized in my life is, not knowingly, but when I've not found joy in what I was doing, I've kept it going for a while, and then I've suddenly said, you know what, this is just not for me. And sometimes I've walked out of that situation, and I've walked out on a really good job, but I've had the courage to do that because I knew that I wasn't happy in doing what I was doing. So there is something definitively better from a feel-good factor by doing something that you find intrinsically rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's great that you can encourage other people because you were courage, you have the courage to do the step out. Even you have money, you had everything what other people think, oh, you are so happy. Why you did this? But inside you feel that is not what you want to do. And I think it will be much, much better for everybody to follow this true calling to what make us happy, what brings happiness and joy in our life, then, just keep, the old habits and old jobs which bring us money, but we are not satisfied. We are not fulfilling our true calling. So it's great, great what you are doing. And really, I appreciate you had this courage to step out from your comfort zone. And now you can be great example for everybody around you are working with. That is super. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of truth, Mira, in the fact that really the only person we have to answer to is ourselves. And it's not a competition with somebody else. It's not living somebody else's life. It's not making somebody else. I mean, we've all done that. I've realized in times in my life that I too have done that. But the realization that really the only person that you have to answer to is yourself. And that really, it's a bit like being a stewardess, is the way I describe it, on an aeroplane. And you're sitting there, you've got this very young child next to you, and the stewardess is explaining that if you really want to save the life of that child, you have to put the mask on yourself first of all, because if you don't help yourself, there's no way that you're going to be able to help your child. And I think there's a lot of truth in that, and so that analogy really works for me.
Yeah, definitely. I'm using this analogy very often as well, because sometimes I'm meeting, coaches and say, no, I need to support others. I support my family, but we can't support anybody when we are not well. It's like when we have empty bottle and we want to be nice and give somebody to drink, but when it's empty, when we are not happy, when our energy is stuck, we can't actually support others. We can only damage them. So this is very important that first we need to look
Absolutely.
at ourselves.
Absolutely.
And as well, we don't need to, ask somebody, am I doing well? It's important that we are happy, because our happiness is inside us and nobody else can bring us like last long, happiness. This is only about us. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I've tried to make the distinction between happiness and joy as well, because for me that's quite a big the search or pursuit of happiness. It can lead to a false trail, and I think we've all been there as well, where we wanted a faster car, a better house. I think that's part of growing up. But I think there also comes a time when you realize that you're chasing things that really are consumables, things that you're going to use, but really don't fulfill you in a certain way. They're just things, and that's it. It's so important that there is a greater value to life. However you find that, it may be through doing something good. It may be through having a great talent that you want to share with people. It may be that you just generally want to help people. Send yourself off to some other part of the world where maybe you're helping elephants in an elephant sanctuary or something like that. It's doing something that you feel of value to you, and that's where the joy is. And I'm the way I explain this is my coaching. A lot of it is developed through the body, as opposed to we don't go directly to the mind, because I think changing somebody's mind is a really hard thing to do, especially when their belief system is set in a certain way. You're fighting a war that you're never going to win. In fact, probably another great analogy might be something like Afghanistan, isn't it? You're putting one belief system to another. Just because you live like that doesn't mean that somebody else with another culture wants to live the way you do. It's a case of respecting that. It's their belief system. And so you look at that, and I don't believe that you should try and change people's minds, but what you can do is that you can rewrite routines within the subconscious mind, so they so you respond better. So the activities that you do on a daily basis serve you better. And I think that's exactly where I'm coming from. And I try and do that through the body, because it's so much easier to do something, to train the body, than it is to try and change the mind. And when your body has this muscle memory and it's just responding, then you're in a great place. And if you can take that learning from every what activity we've done, where you've learned to improve and maximize your performance, if you like, to be optimally performing in such a way, but you've had the ability to improve what it is that you're doing. That's where the joy and the intrinsic value comes from.
Yeah, definitely.
I believe anyway.
Yeah, I do believe actually, that we are kind of system of energy. We are not only body, not only mind, we have emotion, and everything is mixed together. And actually we can't work with our mindset when our body and energy is not balanced. And have you said that maybe it's much easier to approach our energy system through the body, because there we don't have too much, let's say, limitation. It's something natural when we are working with this energy on the physical level. So it's great approach.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're using it every day. I often, with clients, I might turn around and say, I practice, I might try and use to confirm this. I might say to you, right, Myrna, I don't want you to think about the number 5. Whatever you do, I do not want you to think about the number 5. And of course, the first thing, you have to think about the number 5, so you don't think about it, and you're in this horrible position. Oh, no, I'm not meant to think about the number 5. Or what is it? And it's this control element of your mind. It becomes very, very difficult. And we've got this body. We don't use them enough to help our mental growth. So I may say to you, use your left index finger and touch your nose, and you're going to have no problem. You're going to do this straight away. You're not even going to have to think about it. Yeah. And that's what's great. So we're doing something that's an automatic behavior. If we can change those behaviors that serve us better through the body, then what we're doing is we're training ourselves to take ourselves from the, if you like, from the practice arena where we're practicing to improve our lives, to the performance arena where we actually live our lives. And we're taking the learning from the practice arena over to the performance arena.
Yeah, that's good. True. Amazing. Yeah. Okay. So now we go to our second question. You, Mage, you have a superpower and you can travel back in the time. And you are meeting your younger version, let's say 20, 30 years younger. What kind of advice you will give your younger version?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. Like everybody else, I've made mistakes on every level, and I think as we get older, we learn to make less mistakes because we understand our culture, socialization so much better, respect, and we pick up signals a lot better, so we're able not to make those same mistakes. I would say to myself is that to go out and to try and please everyone is a mistake, and the person you want to hurt is you. So the best thing that I can tell you is this, that inevitably not everyone's going to agree with you. So you may as well do what you want to do, but do it in such a way that you try and take as many people along with you. But no, that's not everyone's going to agree with what you're going to do, because eventually it's your life. It's one opportunity. This is not a dress rehearsal. We're probably not going to do it again. So make the best of it.
Great. Actually, to be honest, we are very often not to prepare, to the failure in our life. And then, we think that everybody will agree with us. It's impossible. And it's much easier for us when we accept, there are different people and it's their approach and I accept them. And if they don't accept mine, okay, accept, they don't accept. But it's much easier. But usually we are, okay, maybe they don't like me, they don't want. And when we are ready for this, we can go much easier. We can be in the flow with the energy. And it's just normal, I think there is nobody
Absolutely.
in the world that everybody agree with him, but it's very, sometimes it's not so easy, to be ready for this, that there is somebody say, oh no, I don't agree. Okay, it's your way. It's just, and not
Yeah,
to
absolutely. I think as a younger person, I took that far more to heart, because look, we're human. We're social animals. Who doesn't like to be liked?
yeah.
I'd rather go through life and agreeing with people and getting on as best as I can, but to deny who I am and to sacrifice that on some type of altar to please everyone,
Yeah.
I think that's the very thing that I would change
Yeah, lovely.
or advise myself about.
Yeah, because I think especially people who wants to kind of support others, they want to please them, but sometimes really we need to follow, not sometimes, always we need to follow our inner voice and find the way how to support others, but not to be afraid to tell what we feel, what is our own feeling, and not to follow their.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. And now you have second superpower. It's a lovely day like we have today, but you have superpower. You can make a rain. You are a rainmaker. So sun and rain, we have a huge rainbow in the sky. And everybody who is ready to receive your advice is looking on this rainbow, and your vibration, your message is coming. What kind of message you will put in this rainbow for everybody who is ready to listen?
God, that is so deep. That is so deep. What message would I put within the rainbow? I would say to them within the rainbow, live every day as if you're on holiday, because tomorrow may not come.
Yeah. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. When we are in present moment, enjoying, and we are grateful every moment what's going on. This is, I think I know a lot of people, sometimes it happened to me as well, that that they are thinking, oh, what happened in past, what is going to be in the future, there is like worries and everything. But when we are here and now enjoying what's going on, it's holiday. And actually holiday, it's nice, in my language we don't have holiday, we have different, that we can afford everything during the day, but here we can take holiday, that every day is actually holy, is absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And it boils just back to enjoying. And sometimes it's the simple things. I don't know about you. You're aware that I've been doing this activity of beach boxing, and I've just been giving my time out freely, 2 mornings per week within the beaches within the northwest of the UK. And I love it because plenty of vitamin D. I love the sunshine. I don't have to wear shoes, flip-flops, roll on the beach. I love it. I'm definitely, I think I could have been a beach bum, definitely. I think I could have enjoyed that existence. There's something about, I love the sunshine. I really do. I really feel alive. So that thought of sitting down, watching the world go by, drinking a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I really enjoy things like that.
Yeah, I am the same actually. Where you seeing me now, I'm sitting here every morning having my, coffee or tea, looking there, and then I'm going to walk there, even, walk in the water. And this is, I think for me, I think for many people, this could be like good, let's say, supporting for our calmness, for our, let's say, deeper connection with our heart, to be in the nature, not to be, always on social media and everywhere, but to go there, and just sit and follow, or move, because sometimes it's better when we move. It depends what kind of energy is important for us in this time, or what we have to, sometimes we are too agitated. So it's not so easy, just sit down, but it's better to do movement, how you do, to kind of manage all energy, put it into harmony, and live the life which we are supposed to live. Yeah.
I think you're so right. I think when you do something like that, you do put yourself in the moment. And when we hear about it all the time, I have a very stressed day at work. The last thing you do is you feel like training, but your friends on the phones and say, come on, and suddenly you get there and you start doing, whether it's a walk, it's a run, it's a game of tennis, a game of football, you know, or you're just training in the gym, whatever it is, you're suddenly you're active, and you suddenly you forget about everything because you're in that moment. And that ability to put yourself in that moment is the very time that you're letting go. And once you've let go, you've created a room for your creative ideas to be revealed to you. So actually, it's the greatest thing you can do when you feel stressed. We should let it all go. Walk out and maybe take a walk 10 or 15 minutes, because that's the very time that you're going to have your best ideas.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the best way, you know, to walk or to go in, you know, somewhere in the forest. For somebody, it could be good, you know, just maybe shout out because it's too much pressure. It depends, you know. This is actually my aim, to support people how to manage their energy, because when I'm working with different levels of energies, and you know, some people, sometimes we are like stressed and our energy is very low and we are like dull, you know, we are just sitting. So at this time, of course, it's not good just sit and try to do like not like meditation, like be, but this is good to move and to go out and to uplift, you know, to leave our energy to move, you know, to move it more better. But when we are too much agitated, energy is flowing everywhere. So first maybe we run, maybe we jump, and then we can sit down and calm down. So, and this is a lot of different approaches how to do this. And it's very important when we are familiar with our like special unique energetic pattern which we have. And this is my tools which I'm using to support people, you know, to use this and to know more with, about themselves, and to be more in the flow with the universal energy.
Well, that's a subject I love, being in the flow, without doubt. I'm about to deliver another workshop for the British Army on that very subject about how to find flow. But you know, you touched on something which was the connection with nature. And I don't, you know, in the winter months, you know, we live indoors. How many times, oh, I've just got to get out and have fresh air. You know, there's something about that connection with nature that makes us feel alive, that makes us feel part of something, you know. And it's just it really does draw you into that moment, you know. So there's definitely a recipe for feeling better.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think when we reconnect with this lovely energy which is around, because everything is actually vibration, everything is energy. But when we go there, we can kind of more smooth, you know, we can harmonize everything around us. And it's much easier to be in the flow, to have a joy. How you were talking on the beginning.
Well, you unless you're finding joy in what you'll never enter flow. So that's, you have to find joy in what you're doing, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe you can start, you call yourself joy coach.
A joy coach. That's a good idea. I might set that up as a little a tagline. The joy, the joy coach, the joy coach. Yeah, absolutely. Because everything I try and do, you know, I make sure that we have a laugh when we do it.
Yeah.
Because do you know why? It's so important, because if you enjoy something, the learning, the outcomes becomes, it moves your long-term memory. It becomes something that you enjoy and that you're going to remember much better, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so welcome to Joy Coaching.
Welcome to Joy Coaching. Absolutely.
Okay, John. Okay, so it was great pleasure to talking to you. I hope we can continue with, we were talking before that we can have like small talks. I will be very happy that we can support people in these talks. So if you would like to say anything on the end, I would be more than happy.
Well, Myrna, I love your energy. So I'd like to finish just saying that I love your energy. And I can feel that as you come across. You obviously love what you do, and that is so important. And that there's a passion that you have, and I can feel that. So I can only thank you for your time, for you being willing to give your time to me. So thank you so much.
You are very welcome. So looking forward to talking to you again. Have a lovely time. Bye bye.
Bye bye, Mira.
Bye.